Hello students, welcome to the video series of subject mobile application development. So we are in the third unit, that is components and layouts. Today's our topic is how to use different Android user interface components. Course outcome includes develop rich user interface using components and layouts. So basically in this topic we will see the different layouts which are available in Android inbuilt, which we can use for our application development. That is, we can use it while creating our user interface. That is, it will be used in our activity is nothing but the form which we will use to design our application. Form in the sense, in Android it is called as activity. So the learning outcome includes to study the different UI components. Program outcomes satisfied are PO1, PO4, PO6 and PO7. So studying the different Android UI screen components. A typical user interface, that is a user interface of an activity of an Android application, consists of different action bars and application content area. It includes main action bar, view control, content area and split action bar. So whenever we create an application in Android, it will include all these components. So now coming to the main part, that is understanding different screen components. The basic unit of Android application is the activity. Activity is nothing but the screen which we are going to develop. A UI is defined in an XML file. So all the contents of this file are defined in XML tags. XML is a tag based language, extensible markup language. During compilation, each element in the XML is compiled into equivalent Android GUI class with attributes represented by methods. So this part we will see now. So the different Android screen components includes view and view groups. An activity consists of view. View is nothing but a simple button, text box, check box, radio button. These are called as view. This we can group it into a single component which is called as group view. So we can combine it into a single group which is called as group view. View is nothing but the controls which we are using in our activity. So the example of the view group includes layouts. So layout is the foremost and the main part of designing any activity for an Android application. So the different types of layouts we have are linear layout. First one is the linear layout, in which all the components or the controls which we are going to use for an application will placed linearly one by one. Absolute layout, in which we predefine the layout of our application structure. Next one is table layout. Table layout, as the name suggests, it consists of different rows, columns in which we can place our components. So layout is nothing but the structure we are placing it on the user interface. Inside the layout there will be different components. We will be placing different components inside our layout. So what will be the layout doing? Layout will function as a single structure which will contain the different components. So layout will handle the arrangement and the ordering of our visual components. The next layout is the frame layout, and the last one is the relative layout. So these different types of layout we will use while designing our user interface. So the first is the linear layout. As the name suggests, it consists of a linear structure, that is, it may be divided into a horizontal parts or vertical parts. It means it can arrange views in a single column or in a single row. So the typical example of this is given. This all structure is as we use or drag our layout into our activity while using the Android Studio. This layout will automatically come inside our XML file. So the linear layout, the main attributes are here is layout width and layout height. So the attribute given here is fill parent. Fill parent attribute specifies that the layout will cover the complete screen of our parent. That means whatever the parent size activity is there, if the parent size activity size is 5 by 5, so fill parent attribute will occupy all the edges of our screen, that is 5 by 5 layout will be created. If our screen size is 3 by 2, so fill parent attribute will specify that our activity will be of size 3 by 2, that is fill parent. And if the property is used as match parent, then it will match the related edges according to our parent screen size. Orientation is vertical. Orientation, there are two attributes. Either we can give the orientation as vertical or horizontal. So in this linear layout, we have placed a component called as text view. So similarly, there are attributes for text view, that is layout width and layout height, fill parent and wrap content. Fill parent, as we all know, the width will be according to the size of the parent screen, and height will be the wrap contents. Wrap contents means whatever the font size we have defined for our application, Android application, it will wrap it according to its contents, and the text inside the text view will be whatever we can give. That is, here we have passed @string hello. So with this type of structure, we can define a linear layout. The layout structure is automatically predefined inside our components of Android toolbar. So whenever we drag and drop our layout, these attributes will come by default. Some of the attributes will come by default. Simply we have to set the property of that attribute, whether it is fill parent, match parent, wrap contents, depending upon user requirement. Orientation we have to give, whether we have to use horizontal orientation or vertical, that we have to specify. Similarly, we can drag and drop different controls, that is text view, buttons, checkbox inside our layout. So the component should be inside our layout structure. Text view we cannot define outside the linear structure. So here the linear layout is starting, and with the help of /linear layout the structure is ended. So inside this we have to place our components. Next one is the absolute layout. It enables you to specify the exact location of its children. Children means the child component. So similarly, here we have give the layout height and width. Absolute layout we have specified that the type of layout is absolute layout. Android layout width is fill parent, height is fill parent. This one is not essential. In this absolute layout we have specified we have placed a single button. So the different properties of the buttons are specified: width, height, text, x coordinate and y coordinate of our button. So what the absolute layout does, It specifies the exact location of its child components. So we will be using this absolute layout very rarely. Most of the times we will use either table layout or relative layout. Next is the table layout. Table layout groups views into rows and columns. So this is much more easier than the absolute layout in which we have to give the fixed location size. So the table layout simply properties are height, width, fill parent, fill parent. Table row is defined. Inside the table row we can specify the table column also. So inside single row we have defined a text view and an edit text. Next row we have to define, then simply we have to give table row, and inside that we can place any more components. So in table layout we specify the orientation in terms of table TR and TD. Table structure, TR stands for table row and TD for table column. Inside that we can place our components. Next is the relative layout. This is the most oftenly used layout to design a Android application. It enables us to specify how child views are positioned relative to each other. Relative to each other means if we have two text boxes and we have placed it, so by default it will come along the side of the other. That means there will be placed one in the sequential order, that is text 1 in the same line text 2, in the same line text box 3, in the same line there will be text box 4. So but we want the structure as in the first line there should be text box 1, in the second line there should be text box 2, in the third line, that is break is to be specified, line break is to be specified. At that time we use the default layout as relative layout, in which we have to give the relative size of our component, or it is automatically done by our relative layout structure. So the same attributes are used: layout height, width, it will automatically resize and reorder our components inside it. The last layout we will use is frame layout. It is a placeholder on a screen that is used to display a single view. Frame layout are used to display a single view. That means a single component can be used inside a frame layout. Suppose you have to give a image or put a image inside the activity, then we will use frame layout, like the shopping cart in Flipkart or Amazon, in which different frame layouts are used for different product. That is a frame layout. So the height width is specified, alignment, and inside that we can use a single view or a component or a control, that is our image view or any other different component, but a single component can be used inside the frame layout. It is exact similar to the shopping cart, in which we can see different images of screen in a single structure. So the important MSBT related questions related to these topics are: explain the UI components in Android applications and list different types of layouts. So we have learned today about the different UI components. So thanks for watching the video lecture. From the next part or the next video, we will see in detail about each of the layout used in our Android application structure. Thank you.